Joining us now, Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Senator, how are you? By the way, I'm watching your race closely. That playbook is being played down in your state of Texas. Here you have been at the border again and again and again. You gave this program exclusive images early on when, in the middle of COVID, when they wouldn't allow our cameras inside these facilities that had kids in cages, overcrowded in the middle of a pandemic. And if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have had those photos. And yet they're trying to bludgeon you and lie about your record in Texas already?
Well, look, Chuck Schumer and the Democrats have painted a bullseye on Texas. They're coming after me. Schumer has made clear I'm his #1 target in the country. He's going to spend over $100 million trying to beat me. And so I want to encourage your viewers, go to tedcruz.org, tedcruz.org, tedcruz.org. I need your help. They're coming after me. I got to say, what is happening in Texas, what is happening on the border, it is a crisis at a level we have never seen before. As you noted, I spend a lot of time on the southern border. I go out on midnight patrol with the Border Patrol agents. I went into the Biden cages when they wouldn't allow Fox News in, they wouldn't allow reporters in. Their argument, by the way, when they wouldn't allow the reporters in and the TV cameras in, they said the TV cameramen might have COVID. And so, as you know, I pulled out my phone and filmed the conditions, the deplorable conditions.
They tried to stop you, Senator.
Yes, they did.
They tried to stop you, a U.S. Senator. They didn't want the truth to come out.
That they did not want. You cannot see what's happening there and defend it. Last year, 853 migrants died crossing illegally into this country. You cannot see the children, as I've seen many times, who've been horribly abused physically and sexually by human traffickers. You can't see the women who've been violently sexually assaulted by human traffickers. You cannot defend it. Biden's entire strategy is hope the media ignores it. And by the way, in an exercise of chutzpah, he stood up last week and said, well, the problem is the Republicans won't fund border security. What an utter lie. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Alejandro Mayorkas are letting illegal immigrants into this country. They've created this problem. And I'll tell you, Sean, there's an amazing phenomenon. Whatever the Democrats and the left wing accuse the other side of doing, it is what they're doing. You just showed Joe Biden giving a speech saying we must defend democracy. Mind you, at the exact same time that Democrats in Colorado and Maine are trying to prevent the voters from voting for Donald Trump, the most anti-democratic step we've seen in our lifetimes.
All right. So, and the amazing thing is Mayorkas actually, in the last week, has blamed climate change, blamed Greg Abbott, your governor, blamed you, blamed Donald Trump for what's happening at the border. And now they're claiming, well, Congress hasn't done their job. We need comprehensive immigration reform. We didn't have this problem when Donald Trump was president. We had the Stay in Mexico policies. The walls were being built, hundreds of miles of them, and it all would have been completed by now. The border would have been secure. None of this would have happened. What is their motivation? Is their motivation to say, oh, we're the party, we're going to help you break the law? If you or I did this, we go to jail. We'll help you break the law. We'll set you up in another state. We'll give you free transportation. Maybe one day we'll give you citizenship, and we hope you remember us when you go vote. Is that their plan?
So I think that's a big part of it. I think there are really three motivations at play with the Democrats. Number one, on every policy issue, they've handed the agenda over to the radical left. So on law and order, they've handed the agenda over to the radical abolish the police nuts in the Democrat Party. On Israel, they've handed the agenda over to the radical pro-Hamas nuts in their party, the anti-Semites in their party. On issues of gender, they've handed the agenda over to the radical surgically mutilate the children extremes in their party. And on the border, they've handed the agenda over to the extreme left that believes borders are immoral. We should have no border. Anyone should be able to come into this country. That's who's setting the Biden administration agenda. Number two, the corporate media is utterly corrupt, so they don't report on it. If you watch Fox News, as you and I both do, you know about what's happening on the border. But if you watch CNN, there is no border crisis. ABC, CBS, NBC, nothing to see here. And number three, it's what you just said. I think a lot of Democrats know there's massive human suffering, but they're willing to overlook that human suffering because they want to stay in power. And they look at the 9.6 million illegal immigrants and they think every one of them is a future Democrat voter, and we get to stay in power if we change the electorate and just allow open borders. And I got to say, Sean, the most dangerous thing, I believe the odds are extraordinarily high that in the year 2024, we will see a major terrorist attack in the United States. There are Hamas and Hezbollah terrorists coming across our southern border right now. And Joe Biden and the Democrats in the House and Senate, they do not care.
Well, we know that the possibility, I say it's 100%. We know that we've had hundreds from Iran show up at our southern border. If you're from Iran, Syria, hundreds more from there, what are you doing at our southern border? Thousands from Egypt, the home of the Muslim Brotherhood, 6,000 plus from Afghanistan, al-Qaeda. We got over 12,000 from Russia, 26,000 from China. Now, let me be very clear, because Democrats say they're racist. They don't want people of color coming into the country. I don't care where people come. But I'd like people vetted. I'd like to know they don't have radical associations. I'd like to know that they're healthy, especially in a pandemic world, post-pandemic world we're living in. And I'd like to know they're not going to be a financial burden on the American people. Do it legally. And then welcome to our country. I don't really give a damn where you come from.
Yeah, look, that's exactly right. Let me give you some stats on the terror watch list. In fiscal year 2017, 2 people were encountered on the border on the terror watch list. In 2018, 6. In 2019, 0. In 2020, 2. In fiscal year 2021, most of which Trump was president, 15. What happened the next year, fiscal year 2022? 98. What happened the next year, fiscal year 23? 172. We went from 0 and 2 to 172. And those are the ones we know about. That doesn't count the 2 million gotaways last year that pose a dramatic threat. This administration is endangering the safety of every American because they do not know what terrorists are coming into this border. And they're willing to say, we want to stay in power more than we want to keep your family safe.
If they allow terrorists in, and we're right, and I don't think we're wrong. I pray to God we're wrong, but I don't think we're going to be proven wrong. I want to be wrong. If there are terrorist cells, as we believe there are, and I think there has to be, the sheer numbers, mathematically, it is just statistically right there.
And if you were a Hamas commander, why wouldn't you send someone in? I mean, it's screaming for it.
They will have blood on their hands because they have allowed this to happen.
Right.
All right, Senator, thank you. And by the way, they are targeting Senator Cruz big time. We'll be following that closely. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.